living in style, underground penthouse where we reconcile, discussing the good, the bad, the true. Underground music, what it means to you, breaking down the beats, dissecting the rhymes, spreading the love, one verse at a time. In our tuxedo, stepping out on the town, underground penthouse, we hold it down. From the dim lit clubs to the streets at night, we shine a spotlight on the underground smile. Tuxedo, stepping out on the town, underground penthouse, we hold it down. From the dim lit clubs to the streets at night, we shine a spotlight on the underground smile.
There's got to be a better way for ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's cracking, what's happening? I'm trying to unmute you. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time to get up in your world. And the cops don't keep on.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here. Yeah, we know.
We're here.
Y'all know we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going down? This is the Underground Penthouse. I am your boy Volcano, chilling here with your boy DJ Oplex. Shouts out to y'all. It's 10:30. This is episode 9, I believe, right?
8. I got it at 8. I got it at 8.
Oh, you got it at 8. Yeah, I stand corrected. I'm gonna have to do some corrections and everything on this, but yeah, it is.
We here.
Here. I'm doing it right there. Save the changes. Bam, bam. We still in there. We still going
there
live.
It is. I like that. Round of applause. Move swiftly.
Yeah.
Tech moves.
Yes. Got to be able to move swiftly. Got to be able to keep that going. How y'all doing, folks? How y'all doing? It's Wednesday, and it is live. There's been a whole lot of movement and everything that's been going on behind the scenes, and there's been a lot of stuff happening. Let's shout out growth. Let's shout out new things. Let's shout out new beginnings. Let's start off with some very positive notes on this Wednesday, because coming up, it's gonna be next week is gonna be a battle. Next week is coming up. It's gonna be it's November. It's voting time, y'all, and everybody's gonna be
already should have popcorn. Popcorn about to turn into toilet tissue.
Yes, because everybody's gonna be climbing on top of each other, trying to get your votes in. If you have not done so, feel free to go ahead and try to get your votes in early. If you want to go ahead and beat the heat, but if not, if you want to be in the midst of it, you want to feel some kind of way, want to try to take off work for any kind of reason, go ahead and wait till November 4th, 5th. Was it 4th? 5th? I'm fucking up.
Wait, I already voted. I don't even know. I did that early voting, man. First day out the gate.
Nice.
Round of applause for all my people that already voted.
They already voted.
Let's get it out the way.
Your patriotism is appreciated. Yeah, just go ahead and get it in now, man, because if not, it's going to definitely be crazy, and it's going to be a hard thing for you to actually do. So go ahead and make sure you get your votes and stuff in, and vote for a choice of which makes sure that you specifically and the people around you and the folks that you know, and this is a benefit for all of us. So
absolutely.
I don't want to dig as deep. We're going to dig, but I want to make sure that folks understand you're not doing it just because of the way you look. You're not doing it just because of the way it is.
Right.
You're doing it because the overall country can benefit from the person that you take and you place into this position. And therefore, feel free to go ahead and place your votes for the right person. I don't care.
And you can do whatever you want to do. That is like, that's the beauty of voting. One of the most important, I would say, civic duties is that when you get to that poll and when you get in that booth, now it's just you.
Yes, it is. It's just you. It's all up to you.
Nobody has to know.
In the words of A-Ball, nobody has to know. In the words of A-Ball and MJG, what you gonna do?
You know what I mean?
What do you do? So let's go ahead and get this show cracking. I know we ran a little bit behind, but yeah, we here. We're gonna make sure that we get it in. We're gonna have some fun with y'all. So I am your boy Volcano. Let's start off. We with the swag and the sounds. And I specifically, you know what? I've been letting the ladies of hip hop do the talking lately, man.
Okay.
I've been on my glow kick ever since she came out with it. Now we spoke a little bit about her last time,
Yep.
and then I built up and found a little slight affinity for her. I've seen some different interviews and things that she did, and I understand a little bit more about the position and things that she's actually on. I still am a firm believer in the fact that the machine is in place, not just the machine for just going ahead and getting the bots and the votes and the
You kind
plays
of
and everything.
break the algorithm influence.
Yes, but at when I say the machine, I mean that it's me. All right, now I feel like I'm in the machine, especially as a musician. I feel like I'm the machine. I'm producing, I'm engineering, I'm doing all these things up under the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these folks tend to have a machine that does all this for them. And when they get that machine in place and it does the trick the way it's supposed to be doing the trick, then you end up with hit records. So
That's facts. Yeah, that's a point taken.
The machine that is put in place over Beyonce has a machine. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z has a machine. It ain't him just doing the stuff. He walk in, what you got for me? She walk in, what you got for me?
Right.
I would hope and I would believe that she's writing her own thing. So, you know, I'm letting the ladies do it. Lotto been hitting some stuff like that lately. Meg just came out with another one. Cube, let's get back to the fellas. Ice Cube, he didn't went ahead and dropped a new one out here. The new Cube single, My Ego.
You know I saw the video. I heard the song. I'm very curious to hear your opinion. How are you feeling? It's been a minute since we heard something new from Cube.
It's
how are you feeling?
I want to say that it's decent. Cube is Cube. You know, Cube always have an undertone message and everything that goes along with it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's him, this Cube having fun. You can tell by the video. You can tell by what he was doing. Like, yeah, I'm just having fun with it. It's my ego. I'm just trying to come out with a new West Coast hit and everything just to keep myself fresh, keep my name relevant, and keep it out here. Is it, you know, you can automatically say that it's never going to be the most lyrical stuff because it's Cube. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's the most lyrical MC ever since West Side Connection. Love the albums. It is not the most lyrical, but it is the most gangster. You know what I'm saying?
But he's like definitely moving probably just around junior, senior year of vocabulary, but is well put together.
Yes, it is well put together, and I appreciate and I like that. I like that it's like that, and I like that it doesn't
seem like
you
writing those Easy E bars. Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. But see, that was then, and at that time, it's like everything is elevated so much, so it's kind of hard to say what it would be. Don't worry, it's still legendary though, because look at what they did. You know, they changed up everything. So it's cool to see that he actually got a chance to put this out there, and I appreciate it. So I'm digging it. I like it. I've played it a few times. You know, it's got a few listens. I'm like, all right, that was cool. I dig. I laughed.
In the video, the visuals are great. The
visuals are amazing. You know what I'm saying? He got some of everybody in there. It was a money grab. It's like, yeah, let me go ahead and put this video out here real quick to show him that Q, I'm still here. I'm still but
it's been that kind of year in hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. It has. And when you got them type of guys, it's like, look, man, I just want to get out here and have fun, and this is what I like doing. So, you know, let them have their fun, and we can enjoy everything that we see off of them having their fun. So I'm with it.
That's what's up, man. Now I'll tell you about, you know, on the Swag and Sounds. Shouts out to the Set the Bar Mix Show group, and shouts out to tons of hip hop groups that kick out content, right?
Yes.
That, you know, I love the 5 deadly questions and put in people in the group in situations where they have to choose between one MC. It could be like, who had more impact to the game, LL or Jay-Z? Just kind of gut-wrenching questions.
Correct.
This one came across my desk since we're talking about Mr. Ice Cube.
Okay.
and like Ice Cube versus Scarface, bro. And when I read it, it hit me in a way to where actually I was at work when I read it, man. So I had to leave it alone, bro.
Okay.
I still haven't really began to decipher where
So
I'm at.
okay,
So, but
so
I'll give the floor to you.
so
But
let me
I feel like
understand.
you got this. You may have answers. We need reasons. We
Let
need
me
receipts.
so let me understand this correctly. Are we trying to say that Ice Cube is a okay? I hate when people do it, and I hate that I'm about to do it. Are we saying that Ice Cube is a better overall across the board artist than Scarface, or or are we just saying like almost like a versus battle, like who goes, song for song, hit for hit, who wins?
Yeah, I want to go straight on the ladder with the versus vibe, like the best of Scarface versus the best of Cube. Let's just keep it on the
Oh,
music.
oh,
That's just me. I'm telling you, bro.
ooh, now that's interesting.
Yeah, just
Because
keep it 100 on the music.
all right, because now I got to do my Googles for this one here.
Let's go.
Because it's
Are we going to include Scarface in Ghetto Boys, or do we want to just go solo Scarface? We need to put that out
um
there.
you kind of have to, because if you don't go solo Scarface, then that means you can't go solo Ice Cube. That means you have to include NWA.
Oh
That
yeah,
means you have
no,
to include West
yeah,
Side Connection. You
that's not
got to,
gonna
you
work.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You got to
keep it
include those other things.
solo,
So if
solo.
we keep it on the solo battle though, uh, um,
That's
let me
so tough, man.
now let's
I inherently feel that Cube has more hits. I just when I go and this is just we're talking pop culture now. Billboard Hot 100. I'm just saying, I'm feeling like Cube is winning there. We be
okay.
clubbing.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody want to shake something.
Now, hold on. Let's start this. Let's break this down in layers, because these are two of my favorites.
Okay.
Outside of like Redman and Method and all the rest of these. All right, so these are two of my favorite. And I always get told that I sound like Face. Reese's father with his hands out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say I sound like Face, but okay. So if you break it down, let's go. Okay, so Scarface first album drops in 1993. The World Is Ours. Okay.
I remember
Uh
that one.
Death Certificate. No, wait. America's Most Wanted dropped in 1990. So Cube had like a little bit of a 3-year leap. Now you got, if you run down the albums, America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, The Predator, Lethal Injection. Then he took a break after that. Then he came back with War and Peace. Took another break after that. Came back with Raw Footage. I Am the West. No, Laugh Now, Cry Later. That was mixed up in there. That came.
Was this like the fall off time? I feel
Yeah,
like I might have heard War and Peace, but outside of that, these other titles
because
I'm like, I don't
he had that 3 or 4 year. He had like that 3-year run.
okay.
And then
Okay.
after that, he took a break and came back with the War and Peace. After that, he came back with War and Peace Volume 2, Raw Footage, I Am the West, and whatever has been coming up after that. Now
We'll face
you
where we
go to
at.
Face. The thing is, you got Mr. Scarface is back. You got The Diary. You got The World Is Yours. You got My Homies, which we're not gonna count that one. That's a compliment.
My homies doesn't count.
You got The Fix. You got Last of a Dying Breed. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? You got, if you include that gap, you got Emeritus, you got Made, you got Deeply Rooted, you got those. Me personally, if I'm running down these albums and I'm running down looking for hits, like I mean, I'll put it like this: Scarface wins on the album side. I believe that Scarface has better albums than Ice Cube.
Oh,
I
wow.
I think
You're saying
Scarface has the
clearly. You like clearly.
I think clearly Scarface has the better track record of albums because that Diary album was great. Even now, here's the thing. The thing about
It
Face is
was.
Face is like a somber type of guy, even if you see him live. You know what I'm saying? His show is not like uplifting, party, all the rest of that stuff. But the dude be spitting so much game, dog. It
Yeah.
was fat.
Yeah.
So if I have to break
I feel
anything
you.
down, if it comes down to better albums, like production wise and sound wise, and getting substance out of the
You
albums,
got Face.
I gotta go with Face. I just got to. So that's one check against. That's 1 point for Face, 0 points for Q. But we got to go on to the hit side of it because
Mm.
Ice Cube songs.
I think he's got more hits, man. I just can feel it. I mean, Face wasn't necessarily the MC that was getting spun like twice an hour
but
on,
but
on your local FM hip hop R&B channel. Like, but Cube had that lane more than Face did.
yes,
I'm talking about coming up in Detroit.
I think
You feel me?
yes, exactly. You got stuff like Today Was a Good Day. Check
Yeah.
yourself or you wreck yourself.
Yeah, man.
Friday, ring, ding.
Bro.
What was the one? Gangsta Rap made me do it. Bow down, but that was with West Side Connection. You can do it. Put your back into it. So he had the club hit. He had the club bangers.
He did, man.
Even if he came with the Slow Boys, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
No Vaseline. He was the creator of that. Hello.
It's just.
If you're scared, go to church. Jacket for Beats.
This is what I'm saying. Cube may be the overall better artist, though, because of what you're saying now, man.
Because of the fact that he has more of the hits. That's why we're saying that he's the better artist.
Yeah, because they both have classic albums. And then what will you go to then after that? The hits.
But, okay, I'm mentioning Cube songs. Scarface. He's got Smile. He's got
Smile's a good one. Smile's a really good one.
Shit, man. Well, I mean, it's okay because I'm mad because this list that they're giving me is like a mix of like a bunch of other people's stuff, and
yeah, I'm kidding.
I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. That was out there for a while.
That was a big one. That was a big one.
I feel you. My block, everything is everything for Sheezy.
Yeah.
All I have in this world, Mr. Scarface is back in between. Now the thing is, he put out the song with Devin the Dude. I can say it. Fuck Faces was probably the most dangerous song to listen to if you're going through a breakup or anything of that nature. Like if you was feeling who you with, do not listen to this song.
That one, yeah. That was like teenage years, and that song. Yeah, it lets you know that there were real things going on in the real world.
Yes, and it just did nothing but dig even deeper of a hole. Like man, this bitch probably, you know what I'm saying? It's when it's another one he had. No, I'm thinking of that one, but Nasty is another one that he had called, and the hook was a girl singing. It was like nasty, and here comes Devin Dude slipping in and out, your girl, and
yeah.
If
bro, like today was a good day, bro. Like I'm just saying, bro.
So so
like Cube has like almost like iconic hits, bro.
Okay, he does. All right, so in that case, if we're doing the metric here, which we have to come up with some kind of metric to gauge it.
Like my mind playing tricks on me is iconic, but that's with the Ghetto Boys. We can't count that. That's
Yeah.
iconic, bro.
And then too, yeah, you know what? Bottom line, I'm probably gonna have to. I'm still holding with the idea that Scarface has better albums. Only reason I'm saying that is because Cube really only has those first four that he did. After that, when he went to War and Peace, nobody was listening, nobody cared. All right, when he went, he didn't have full albums, but Face had full albums. That Emeritus album, that Made album, that you know, what I'm saying all
super
those
solid.
albums
Yeah.
we're listening to, and they were solid albums, which makes me think like, yo, man, this is a dude that is dope. It's just he's not in the vein of making those club bangers and those club
I
hits
feel
where
that.
Ice Cube is. So does that make Ice Cube a better artist? That's almost like asking, does that make Drake a better artist than Kendrick? Because Kendrick doesn't have the club hits. Drake does, but Kendrick has the albums. Drake
Yeah.
don't.
And
You know,
Kendrick is the overall better artist. That's a
and if
great point. Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's really kind of hard to say.
I see what you did there. That round of applause. I see what you did there.
It's
That
really
was
kind of hard. It's
that
really
was
kind of hard
good
to
there.
say. But I do want to say that. Let me also say this though. If you take the amount of people that Cube birthed or worked with or built up, he has a longer track list than Face does.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
UGK was on Rap a Lot. That's Bun B. I mean, you had Yuck Mouth that was on there. You had Trey. You had a bunch of other guys that was a part of Rap a Lot. Ghetto Boys, all the rest of them. I mean, they came up in their own, but
yeah,
Cube wrote all the lyrics for NWA. It's something that set the ground,
man. Yeah,
set the pace for everybody else. So Cube has the decade extra time outside of Cube, the solo artist. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he definitely put in his work with the help of Dre, with the color of Easy and Ren and all the rest of these folks that he was writing for in that process of it. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard decision.
It's a tough one, man.
I'm gonna really have to sleep. Who's the overall better artist? Ice Cube.
Oh wow!
Just for that, just as an artist in general, just after overall across the board, great albums, hit records, worked and influenced a whole lot, influenced and moved the culture. Yeah, it's gotta. We're gonna bring this metric back up today. It goes to Ice Cube.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Ice Cube survives a deadly question.
Yeah.
The Edge's Scarface. Wow.
It's gotta go now. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like he washed him.
No, Edges. That's what I said. Edges.
Not a wash.
This is
really, really,
and it's still
really
debatable. It's debatable.
I think it is still debatable. I think the only thing that gives Cube the edge is the fact that he was able to write stories and write rhymes for other people. And
which is a whole different skill set, though.
Yes.
Like it's a whole different skill set, man.
Face wasn't writing for nobody. Face was writing for Face.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Face gave you so much game that it's almost as if, damn, man, Face gave you so much game. It's almost as if he wrote for a whole culture. You know what I'm saying? Of like, man, just some of the realest. He greets his father with his hands out. Rehabilitated. Glad to be the man. He told stories that made you like, ugh, man. People are going through that. Yes, they are. They are. That's Face. I'm glad. Man, I'm glad you brought that one up. That's
a tough one, man. Shouts out to the FB groups out there holding the culture down. That's a tough one, man.
Damn, that was
like I never thought about that matchup ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like yikes.
Yeah, but I mean, but even if he was to take and put them in I think if you was to take and put them in the verses, you still would get the thing is you would just get a bunch of hype music and everything from Cube, but you would still get some great songs from Face.
Yeah.
And he never did a verses. Nobody ever did a verses with Face.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think the only other person now there's two people. There's if you don't do Ice Cube against Face, you got to put Face against Short.
It, Face against Short. Oh wow.
I mean,
Overall better artist is gonna be Face, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I love Too Short.
I like Too Short though. Too Short is my dog, man.
I mean, if you're including all the attributes of the artist side, I mean, if we're just looking at hits,
all right. I feel you. I get you. But no, Short has hits, but Short has some like. I think if anybody falls close
that's
to,
tough too. Jeez.
I think if anybody falls close to like style and like song selection and like topics and all the rest of that stuff, man, I maybe Short, maybe not. Short is just really just more pimp rap. You know what I'm saying? He's but he be kicking some game too.
Yeah. Well, now check this out, man. Let's just get right. Culture talk is kind of thick. We got the great debate coming, so hold tight. You know what I'm saying? We're heating things up. So then about Trick.
Oh God.
And so we just need to touch upon that. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause for Detroit City. We in the building. It's the underground penthouse, yo. Episode 8. It's gonna be one of those.
Yes, it is. It definitely is.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this trick thing. We don't need to spend that much time on it.
No, we don't.
All right. Trick. I know Detroit City already knows what's up. He was at essentially a MAGA rally. He encouraged Detroit to allow Donald Trump to make Detroit great again, as if we're not great.
That's all I hear every time he said. Every time I watch that or see that, all I see is "Can you dig it?"
And so, oh yeah. Trick, what? And so apparently that, you know, if you don't know the history of Trick, you know, lots of love for the city, kind of street character, lots of accolades he received from telling Rick Ross that if he didn't have a local artist open up for him, that he couldn't perform in Detroit. The kind of, you know, trophies he gets.
Yeah.
Now let's be real, in the city, like, well respected.
Yeah.
He's well respected.
So
up until this point. So we'll talk about that in a second.
Let me say my 2 cents on this here.
Okay, let's get to it.
If like here's my full opinion. I am a businessman, and as you've seen, we just talked at the beginning of this. We didn't pitch no candidate, did we?
No.
We know who we actually. You said you voted. I told people to go vote. We did not pitch a candidate. We did not pitch a party. We just said, hey, make sure that you do your political right or your public servant, public duty, and vote. That's all we said.
Yeah.
It's not about picking sides. I am not aligning myself with either party. Let me just say that and let me be clear. But I do know who I'm voting for, and I keep people trying to get a rouse out of me and trying to get me to say exactly what it is. I'm going to do me. I know which direction I'm leaning. It is left. Okay. If I'm going to go ahead and push it out there, I'm leaning that way.
It is.
Now, but for me to be a person who sees the rhetoric, who sees what is going on, and to see exactly how this person specifically speaks and talk, and you got to look at this is in the advent of him being there a week before saying some stuff that made us look kind of suspect. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Yes.
just like Detroit, regardless of what kind
Right.
of
The whole country, if Kamala gets elected, the whole country will look like
yeah,
Detroit, will be like Detroit.
regardless of what it is. That was a slap
He didn't
towards.
say that in a positive way.
So you don't come and slap me in my face and then just, I'll come and just, I'll come and come and actually promote you.
Yeah, it's the oldest trick in the book, man. It is
Exactly.
trick just
So
fall.
my thing is, how much did you get paid? If you made money, cool. All right, if they brought you out, but see, I know dudes like this, and these dudes like this, not talking about trick, I'm talking about your mans, that are users of folks to use them to get what he needs. And after
Right.
it's done, he's not going to remember the name. After it's done, he's not going to use him any further.
Facts.
It's through. It's done for.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's typically how that works.
He used you as a chess piece at that particular moment. And after that, it is a wrap. Nothing else comes of that. And see, us as rappers, we keep falling for it because we know we hungry. We know we got grind. We know we got drive. We know we are well deserving of all the things that's supposed to be coming to us. And anytime an opportunity rises, we just jump right up on it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much money we got to drop into it, regardless of how much thing, it's the allure, like, oh yeah, you can get all this stuff after the fact.
Right.
Okay. But you jumped on it, and then there was nothing.
Nothing.
He jumped at this and got nothing but backlash. All right. And you're supposed to be a person that's supposed to be representing a city. You're supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be a spokesman.
And by doing that, you're representing the culture on default.
Exactly.
On default. You know what I mean?
Allow a person to come and spit flame on your name, and then you turn around and then you come back in and you advocate for that person. Yeah, that's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow for me.
Yeah, man. I have unfollowed.
Do what you're gonna do. Yeah, I'm just telling you the real straight up. I don't have to tell you. I did tell you because of the context and everything and what it is. But me making the moves that I make, it's not necessary for me to share. I don't care who you actually putting the vote down for. But at the same time, though, if you're gonna put it into the hands of a person, make sure that person is not trying to slander you at the same time.
That is my opinion. It is. I like that. Now, I mean, we're still hanging out in Culture Talk, episode 8, Underground Penthouse. And then since we're there, then we might as well, we love comedy. We like cracking jokes. And Tony Hinchcliffe, he's hanging out Madison Square Garden, I believe, with Trump. They're in New York City. And he's a comedian. And apparently not a good one. And and he comes out with some extremely racist jokes. Puerto Rico is a floating garbage can. Was that it? I think I got that right.
I'm pulling I don't want to play anything because I don't want it to.
Yeah, let's definitely not play it, but it's like really over the top stuff.
I'm looking for the transcripts and everything here to see what it is they actually said. Like, it's something about there's a big floating pile of garbage out in the middle of I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Yes,
said that.
That was the setup and punch.
Yeah, I got a black friend of mine. It's Halloween. I got a black friend and we carve watermelons together. Like,
there's another one,
bro. Like, really, like it's. And the thing is, time and position are the two most important but overlooked variables in every last equation. The time and the position of those jokes was highly wrong. It was wrong time, wrong position for this to happen. And evidently there's backlash that became because of it, because you started to see the numbers changed. The numbers changed dramatically and everything because of that, from some of the people that was actually trying to support you. And how do you keep slapping these people that's trying to support you in the face and thinking that they're going to keep doing this stuff for you?
Yeah.
You can't. So you can't come behind and make a statement like, yeah, we don't support the stuff that he said. Because if you didn't support the stuff that he said, you should have known what he was going to say, and you shouldn't have had him there in the first place.
I'm really just trying to think about, when you put that event together and they're like, I mean, this guy's on the itinerary.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure. I've never seen this stand up outside of this moment.
He said, and in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at? See, you guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. And he did other gestures and everything to go
This is
along with it.
ridiculous.
He's got what was the commentator about
I mean, but everything was racially charged. Everything when he had a Mexican joke, he had like it was very intentional what he was doing.
now
And I'm just wondering why do you even book? Then of course, the party comes out and says, "Hey, we didn't condone that."
Yeah. Now here's my thing about this. There's specific styles of comedy, and there's the comedy where these roasters and everything they do it, and they say some of the most wild and outlandish stuff. And this goes all the way back to like Don Rickles, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., all of them. They've all participated in these old roasts that they used to do.
Yeah.
Just like we start seeing it now. You got the roast of Jim Ross, you got the roast of Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber. Who else did they ended up roasting? They did a Trump one. They did Tom Brady. So these type of comedians do exist, and their thing is to say the most absurd and outlandish stuff. Don Rickles, he used to walk around the whole room and just say nothing but just all kind of foul stuff about white, black, Italian, Jewish, you name it. He had something for every last one of them. He was good at it, like, and just was quick. Like he can just walk a room out of nowhere, and he did that.
And it's mainly going to be like stereotypes, right? You're kind of leaning on stereotypes.
It's very, very heavily stereotypical. Is very heavily on that. But again, time and position.
Correct.
This is not the climate. This is not the time. This is not the position for you to be actually doing that style of comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he could have went to a comedy show with that same material and killed.
Yeah.
You don't go to a Trump rally with that same material and it's just kill.
It's can we get a round of applause for common sense? No. It's just golly.
Yeah, you don't go with that foreign material there. And he did that, and it didn't help. So I mean, I think I'm not going to use all the words like it was nasty, it was vile, it was all the rest of the stuff. It was comedy. It was stand-up comedy that we should all be used to, but at the same time, again, time and position. That's not the time and position. Just like it's not time and position for Trick to be on stage. Kanye, that guy. It's not the time and the place for that, son. Like you could have kept that. You could have.
Yo, it's unbelievable. Once again, shouts out to Trick. I've unfollowed.
Yeah, you could have kept your opinion. You could have handled what you had to handle in the voting box. And what's funny. It's funny that we mentioned Scarface and everything earlier.
Yeah.
Face actually in an interview before had originally said that he was a fan of Trump. And the reason he said he was a fan of Trump is because he's old, white, and lawless. And he was like, he's the embodiment of the same stuff that gangsters try to be on. You see what I'm saying? So he was actually rocking with him. And then later on, he ended up saying, some vile stuff about Trump.
Okay.
So it's the timing of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody expected him to go in and do this, and then he came in and didn't do what he was supposed to do, and now folks didn't like him. That's the way it flipped.
Yeah.
I would have rocked with him. I mean, tell you the God's honest truth, I would have rocked with him if he had to stay off of Twitter, did the job, and I had all the different foul stuff going on with him.
Yeah.
I probably would have gone with him. Yeah. But it's too much stuff adding up, and I can't do that. I can't expect somebody that's supposed to be a boss or running the country to have that kind of acumen. No.
No. Once again, you gotta pass the character stress test.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And
You definitely do.
you know, and for me, it just doesn't meet my bar. So you know, it is what it is. But again, I do encourage this is one of those moments where, yo, hit the pose and do your thing. Like it's kind of weak to not to just sit back and watch this one. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of weak, yo.
It is very important that you
know
make
what I
sure
mean?
you get out and exercise your constitutional right on this go round, because this here is going to be a doozy. Definitely.
This one, yeah. Get your popcorn. You should already be getting your popcorn. We also got the great debate, and this one is going to be, I mean, you might as well go ahead. You got your Act 2 popcorn with about 2 minutes. Go ahead and do it. Because we got to get into something. I figured something out.
Okay.
Great debate. Sometimes hip hop has to adopt a term and redefine it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so when we say who are hip hop legends, then I have to look up what legend means. And it just said extremely popular, extremely famous, or extremely notorious.
Okay.
So if we say who are hip hop legends, anyone that's extremely famous or extremely notorious. For instance, P. Diddy, legend. He actually lands on both sides. Now he's notorious.
Yeah.
But before then, he was just extremely famous.
And that's by definition. If you're going by definition.
By definition.
Okay. R. Kelly is a legend.
R. Kelly. See, this is where it gets, because to me, extremely famous.
Right.
You can't just be famous in one lane. I think extremely means if you're only extremely famous in Detroit, then you're a Detroit legend.
Yeah, you're a Detroit legend, not that particular. You're a local legend. You're that.
Yeah, but you're not a hip hop legend.
No.
Right? So you're trying to figure this out. All right. So shouts out to the big homie Spider 8, Set the Bar Mix Show group. You know what I mean? And he came in and said that Trippie Redd, XXXTentacion, and Juice WRLD are legends. And it hit my spirit in a different kind of way, man. I had to comment immediately and be like, I was really confused.
Yeah, I'm blown away at that statement saying that they're actually legends. Now, don't get me wrong. They have their audience. They have and
so what qualifies a hip hop? That's what I'm saying. What qualifies a hip hop legend? And we can't go off that definition. We got to do something different.
So what qualities do a rap artist or hip hop artist need to have to be considered a straight up legend? So here is let me break it down like this. And Jay-Z said this shit. He said, which song was it on? Breathe Easy.
Okay.
Let me pull up the
let's get to it. Let's
pull up the lyrics. Let's see, where's the Jay-Z Breathe Easy? At the beginning of it.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's the rubric.
I'm leading the league in at least 6 statistical categories right now. Best flows, most consistent, realest stories, most charisma. I set the most trends, and my interviews are hotter. I feel like
that might be it right there.
That if there's any gauge of which you actually need, because a lot of people always do this, like we just did it earlier. We got Face versus Cube, and then we break down, well, who's the most lyrical, who's got the better songs, Who's got this,
Yeah.
that, and the other? We get to running down this thing, and people always gonna have their feelings and stuff about each one of the artists and what they feel about it. So they're gonna keep holding on to that because you feel that way because in your prime, as you was growing, as you was starting to holler at women and everything else, and smelling yourself, you started to absorb the game from these specific people. Now it's
Mm.
unfortunate that these tweeners and kids, they was developing off of XXXTentacion and Juice World and Trippie Redd. Okay, whereas I was coming up off of Snoop Dogg, off of Tupac, off of Biggie, off of these, that, and the other. So my level of people that I consider to be legends and great
Mm.
and influential are different.
Right.
Mine are pioneers. Yours are followers. There's a difference. So I feel like a person speaking these folks' names, especially if they didn't come up in that era, is one probably pandering to the younger generation and the younger folks trying to go ahead and pull in their attention and their votes and stuff off of it versus having an actual legitimate argument. But the one
Well,
thing that Wiz said is valid. They are notoriously known. They are understood by other people. They did create, a good following and all the rest of that stuff.
right. That's why I think we have to switch the definition because when we get deeper on his point, what he's saying is, you're looking at very young artists that probably really had maybe a Trippie Redd is still out there, but with Juice World and XXXTentacion, I think you're looking at maybe like a 3-year run, and then
Okay.
millions and millions of followers later. And what he's saying in the amount of time they had. He's getting deeper. Spider 8's going deeper and said, this is why I'm saying they're legend. In the amount of time that they had for their run, the amount of followers and fans that came from that short amount of time makes them legendary. And I'm not sure. So now we're
Okay. So in the amount of time they develop followers, okay, in that amount of time, how many of those followers are really taking back and promoting their music to make the other cultures and other old heads and everybody else appreciate their music? Are they doing that?
that's
Are
not
they
happening. That's
exactly?
definitely not happening.
Exactly. Are
Yeah.
their followers actually taking and pushing these people's music as far as it possibly can, or is it slowly dwindling? Because I ain't heard nobody speak about X in the longest. I ain't heard nobody speak about Juice World in the longest. The only one that actually
Mm.
did was when Eminem actually put him, used one
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
songs to put
Yeah.
who was on, and that
And he
ain't nothing
tapped
but
into some masters. Yeah.
exactly. They probably had a song and everything before that. So are these people actually taking their music and pushing it beyond the actual envelope, or they just taking it and holding it? My answer is the latter. They're just taking it and holding
Mm.
it because you got to understand these dudes. If you actually break down their albums, you actually break down their music. These are microwave tracks. The longest song that you're going to find out of each one of these guys is only about 3 minutes.
And
On
I mean,
average,
you're saying that's like maxed out.
these dudes are making like 2 minute songs, maybe a 3 minute song. Primarily, they're going to fall in between a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes. That's their
Okay.
range, which means they're dropping a verse, they're spitting a freestyle, they're doing all this, and they're dropping out albums. None of the songs tie into each other. There's no actual theme behind it. There's nothing that was done. Our era is the
Mm.
difference. Our era, they made actual themed music. They made stuff that tied in together. Like the album made sense with the
Yeah.
body of work that created that album. That's why Kendrick actually stands out, because Good Kid, Mad City is a story that leads
Yeah.
into To Pimp a Butterfly, that leads into
Yes.
Mr. Morale. You see what I'm saying? All
Yeah.
of them actually follow a particular subject. And if
Absolutely.
and we have people, and Nicki Minaj said this shit, and I've said this quote and everything on a couple of occasions also. There's a difference between then we grew up on great artists, whereas now y'all just growing up on popular artists. And popular don't mean like period, period. That she's popular.
I think that's what he's alluding to, the amount of popularity. Like you see
Okay.
what I'm saying, that they were able to amass in just in such. He's saying people like Run DMC had to work for it to get to the level that a Juice World was
Of
at.
course. Yes, they did.
You see what he's saying there?
But see, that's time and position also, because you gotta look at the time. There was no internet. There was no, you had to, what made them so
It's
great.
true.
You had to fight to get the world right. I mean, everybody around the world. There's people in Japan with Run DMC shirts on now. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
Aborigines in Australia with pictures of Run DMC and everything on their wall.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
have to do some heavy, hardcore hitting the pavement and grinding to take and push albums, full vinyl LPs, and get them into the hands of all of these people.
Yeah, it was
versus putting it into this phone.
Much more vicious grind.
Much more vicious grind versus putting it in this phone.
Yeah.
And putting it all over the place and allowing people to get a click. Now, here's the thing. You click the song, play it for 5 seconds. That's a play. You play it for 5 minutes. That's a play. It doesn't matter how long I listen to it. It's a play. So how can we actually fully and properly gauge exactly how many numbers these people are doing when it could be a bot, it could be somebody sitting there clicking the song over and over again.
Yeah.
We don't know. But the physical purchase of an actual album, an actual CD, an actual something, that physical purchase and having that in your hand is a much.
Because when you buy the album, you know you're gonna sit down and listen to every song.
Exactly. And that's,
you know what I mean?
And that's why the folks of that era got the legendary status. And these guys with their microwave songs, unthemed albums, and in a position to where a 5-second click equals a play doesn't get the legendary status in my book.
No.
And they don't have the best flows. They not the most consistent. They don't have the realest stories. They don't have the most charisma. And they don't set the most trends. And their interviews are not high.
Well, and I mean, again, man, I think out of all three, Juice WRLD is the most talented. But again, is it going to be good for the culture if your best songs promote depression, suicide, drug abuse?
Well,
in a way that, you know what I mean? Like, we came up listening to albums like The Chronic and we're rolling down the street smoking Endo and sipping on gin and juice, but that was fun times. When you listen to these guys, these are downer songs, man.
Yeah, but I mean, every okay. None of the songs is promoting positivity. Let's just keep it a buck. Nothing Snoop, Pac, and none of the rest. Well, some of Pac's song, but none of the rest of the stuff that we actually bopped to back then in the day was actually promoting positivity. Because some of the stuff we bopped to,
that's not true. That is not true. You had groups like Tribe. You had balance in hip hop.
Yeah, you had balance.
You had balance.
And
you did have guys that Common, who you don't really care for that much,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't don't.
Not when you're lifting weights.
No.
Not when you're lifting weights.
You don't listen to Common when you lifting, but no, you don't listen to Common when you're working, lifting, or doing anything productive. Common is not the album to listen to. But I do want to say that the stuff that was being promoted back then in that West Coast era of music, bitches ain't shit. You know, all the songs, gin and juice, versus now. And how did I say? I said it the other day, and I want to bring this back out the way I said it. It went from "Baby, I Love You" to it was almost like it was like there was different enemies. There was a different was it pro antagonist, what is it called when you got
yeah, so no, I think you're alluding to, like, it was like F the police.
Yes, okay,
like the themes of hip-hop.
So yeah, the themes of hip-hop, the main ones that we talked about, okay, that's what it was. It was it went from like, hey, I'm just trying to be the best in the hood and to make the party hype. You know what I'm saying? Then we started adding reality to it. Like, okay, so it's F the government. Then it dwindled down a little bit to F the police. Then it came up with F women. Okay. Then it came up to like F you. Now it gets grown to F me too. Like so.
It's weird.
So now the like the hood was the enemy, then the government was the enemy, then the police was the enemy, then women was the enemy, then anybody that wasn't me was the enemy, and then it became I'm the enemy the whole time.
Hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. The whole time. Like somebody gotta die, and then everybody else that got killed, and now it's down to me. So it's I'm gonna kill myself with the drugs I take and pop and pills and everything. So that's what it's grown to. And that's where we at now. And that's why you get them making these suicidal type of music. And it's emo. It's and these kids are like if you catch a teenager with their headphone on, they're programming themselves. It's the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's all they doing. They programming themselves. And it used to be to the point to where they was listening to certain music, but now it's like it's weird because I like the kids nowadays really surprise me and throw me off with some of the stuff that they actually be on, because now it's to the point to where they're listening to like other people playing games and other like video games and all. It's low-key nerd stuff, but at the same time, nah. So their level of legend is not our level of legend.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I mean, it's clear that, because there's going to be a generational gap, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like I told him, it's kind of like, I guess per the definition, they're legends, but they're not my legends.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean?
And it's all relative, and it's all about perspective. If that's the case, if we go on by definition, Sexy Red is a legend.
Right. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. I think we just have to we got to be careful.
Yes.
When we start saying
you can't call Sexy Red a legend though, because she was not even able to keep her own live tour tickets sold. That's not a legend.
Tour got abbreviated. That's short.
She's popular though. That's the thing, man. Popularity does not always win the contest. You gotta have actual talent in this game that was set forth. And if you don't have it, son, you just don't have it.
Yeah.
And if it could get back to the time where they actually was giving it to the ones that really, really legitimately had the talent versus whoever is just getting the numbers.
Yeah.
Because again, Doja Cat started with a song called Moo. Basically her talking about, I'm a cow. I'm a cow. I'm not a cat. I just say meow. That's
the TikTok vibes, or how did this start?
If it wasn't for that song, it was TikTok vibe. Yeah, it was TikTok. Like it's just her in front of like a green screen with a cartoon of some titties bouncing, and her with fries in her nose and eating a sandwich and just sweating in front of a camera. Just doing some dumb stuff, just some dumb goofball stuff. And next thing you know, people just took it and ran with it.
Wow.
But the sad part is she actually showed that she had a little bit of a voice, at least. That was the upside to it. The upside to it was she showed that, she showed her look.
Okay.
She showed a little bit of her voice. But other than that, the song is trash.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Other than that, song is trash. And because of how trash it was, it falls in the category of it's so whack that it's sweet. Because it fell into that category, everybody started sharing it. Like, look at this crap. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. And somebody started, after a while, if you keep looking at crap, you start appreciating the crap for what it is.
Yeah, it becomes normalized. Yeah.
And that's how you end up with Sexy Red. That's how you end up with Doja Cat. That's how you ended up with Glorilla. Even though I applaud Glorilla for having a machine to actually grow Glorilla into the Glorilla she is now. The early Glorilla, nah.
Well, and I think the thing that we're seeing, and I think they're doing a great job of marketing it for Glorilla, is that she does seem to be a real like cool, sweet young lady. Like
Yes,
you see what I'm saying? She
yes,
like her character seems to be solid,
yes.
and she comes off with good vibes. You know,
Got,
rappers don't
got a
have to
goof,
come off with like good vibes. You
a
don't
goof,
have to. A lot
a
of times,
goof
you know
crew.
what I mean. Rappers like to leave the vibe in the mystery. Like you never know. I might pull my gun out. I'm a rapper.
Exactly, exactly. So it's
You know what I mean?
I appreciate seeing I appreciate just seeing the machine actually working and the growth and everything of that. But still at the same time, like if you
She's
if
far
it
from
was, I put it
legendary.
like this: if those songs that they created was released at a time frame of when our legends was out there, they get booed, they'll get
Yeah,
shunned, they
yeah,
wouldn't get looked at, they wouldn't get the time of day. But every now and again, you get some that end up making it through the cloud. But at least we knew it was that category.
yeah,
We knew it was this
yeah.
goof. There was a category for goofball rap and goofball music. Weird Al Yankovic.
Like
Goof-
Tone Loc was a goofball, man.
Tone Loc was a goofball. Yeah,
The
doing it.
funky
Yeah,
cold
the funky
Medina.
Joe Medina. Yeah, Hammer, goofball. Like for real,
Wait, man,
man.
Hammer?
Hammer was a goofball, dog.
Oh
Hammer.
man.
When they started promoting him and
Damn.
started turning him into dolls and video games and cartoon, Hammer, he had a
They
cartoon.
put me in the mix.
He had a cartoon where he would show up and just start dancing, and the whole hood just turned back to normal. Hammer man, hammer. Goofball ass. Dog. This was so goofball. Man.
Man, that's tragic, bro.
Who else
That's
was
tragic, man. Shouts out to all my people. Round of applause for NC Hammer. I know we got some hammerheads
yeah,
out there.
exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, he could
You know
dance
what I'm
his ass off, man.
We
But
still with you.
goofball, man.
Man, you
Like
just did Hammer dirty, bro.
oh man, he came from Oakland. He was a ball boy for the Oakland A's. There was nothing gangster about him. He was on death row. Come on, man. Goofball. He ain't getting no clock. He was just a cornball, and I could dance and have man. The only thing that made it was something. He was the epitome of that because that's he had 50,000 dancers on stage. The other one had that what's the name arrow hairstyle that he made. That's why he went broke paying all them people to be up on stage dancing.
Yeah, he called it. Yeah, man. Just
Hammer was a goofball, man. Just the same way as who else was it? We said Tone Loc, like the CB4 era type of stuff, man. We knew some of that stuff was
Will Smith is on the edge, man. But with that last song that he dropped, where he said, "I'm a Gemini, but I identify as a Cancer."
Yeah, no. I can't clown it because I ain't listened to it that tough. I didn't hear
bro,
it.
You should look up Charlemagne's reaction to it, bro. Charlemagne is like watching the video, and on that line, bro, he can't hold it in. He just busts out laughing. He's a Gemini. Well, shouts out to Will Smith. He's a Gemini, but identifies as a Cancer. That's a bar.
Okay.
He rapped that, bro.
I'll have to hear it in the context of how he said it to give that light. But yeah, I'll have to listen to see Charlemagne's reaction to it because right now I haven't heard it to see it to be able to clown it as heavily as I need to.
Will Smith is on the edge, remember, because he had lots of like that Nightmare on My Street. It was lots of gimmicky
that cornballs. That was
I'm saying
it was that.
Summertime, even Summertime is so classic, but now Summertime's classic, bro.
Summertime is classic.
That's just classic.
The only reason it's classic because he bit Rakim. But no. It's that there is that, and then the beat was actually slamming.
Yeah, Jazzy Jeff on the beat for sure.
Yeah, the beat was slamming. The timing and position of that song was actually good.
Perfect.
And the fact that here it is, a groove, slightly transformed. Yeah, you bit
And
And
it's a sample of a classic song
yes,
that you've already heard. You know what I mean?
I tell people this all the time. The as talented as I feel like I am, and when people ask me like, what happened, my response is I never stole the right song. If you steal the right song and use the right song, you get on. Speak about it locally. Takes money to make money. Stole the right song. Just think about everybody with their breakout hits. They're samples. Those are sample songs that they stole, and now it's getting to the point to where it's so blatant they stealing the whole song, remixing it over a slightly different beat and calling it their own. Luther Vandross, a ton of hits, records, and everything. He
Yeah,
said
like
all of them
remakes.
remakes.
Remakes, yeah.
Whitney Houston and Dolly Parton is
Dolly
the original.
Parton.
I never
Easy.
stole the right song.
Mm.
I release all my albums with there are zero samples on any of the albums that I release. Zero. Absolutely none. Everything that I put out there was all 100%.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's the way it should be, man. Round of applause for
Yeah,
that. You set the
exactly.
bar
That's the
there,
way
man.
that there was no biting. There
man.
was no, I might have took a line or something like that and used it, but not. And then too, I do have songs that I actually, I use Foxy Lady by what's the name? Jimi Hendrix. And
Okay.
Turn it up and actually put it out there. That's one of everybody's favorite songs. You know what I'm saying?
That's wow.
Could have been the
Yeah.
perfect stolen song right there, but I did not release it because it was not mine.
Yeah.
So if anybody asks why I didn't blow, is because I never stole the right song. You steal the right song and use that stolen song in the right way, is guaranteed that you're actually going to get on.
Absolutely. Shouts out to Drake on that one too.
Oh God, definitely. Shouts out to Drake for that, because he just steal everything. He steal whole lines, identities, all kinds of other stuff, man. For real.
I wonder, do they? I mean, I'm wondering, is he paying them out, or do they even make the credits, or is it just transfer? How does that even work? Like on the credit side of things, you know what I'm saying?
And I just seen T-Pain just do a little talking about this. He said basically it comes out if you go and you get the song cleared, and they're going to actually ask you like, hey, I want this percent of the song. And T-Pain said it this way, and it's mad that I hear it now, because I wish I had a thought the same way then. He was like, take it. Like, you want 50%, you want 10%, you want 100%, take it. Take that percentage that you want to take, because I'm going to get on tour and I'm going to sell 60,000. I'm going to put that much money in the seats to make it right back off of that.
Wow.
Go ahead and take it.
Wow.
Take it if you want to.
Make it back on the tour,
Yes.
even if you take a cut.
So I wish I had taken those stolen songs. But the thing is, there's still time, there's still chance, and there's still opportunity. I think I got a whole arsenal of stolen music that that samples and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
If I was to take that and release that right now, yeah, get this money.
You feel me? Detroit hustles harder. You feel me?
Detroit hustles harder, and I think that's gonna be my last little hurrah. I think I'm cooking up the last one, and I think I'm just gonna bite as much of the stuff as I possibly can, and I'm gonna do these microwave versions. And I'm giving you my whole format right now. I'm gonna microwave my songs. I'm gonna put out a whole bunch of them that's only 2 minutes long. I'm gonna freestyle on some of them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get some of the hardest beats and just jump on there. I'm gonna mumble a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna mumble. I'm gonna say some just wild, iridescent stuff. I'm gonna talk about booty hole and I'm gonna talk about. I'm doing all this stuff that's going to be on the album, and I'm gonna blow. That's what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna steal the right song. I'm a sample. I'm gonna sample the hell out of everything. I'm gonna use AI. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna use AI, auto tune, stolen tracks. I'm gonna freestyle and I'm gonna mumble. And I got hit songs.
Man, this is the life of a very dope MC, but also a very frustrated MC. Round of applause
Yeah,
for Volcano in the building, yo.
That's exactly what's about to happen, and I'm gonna do it right.
You know what I'm saying? The last one, hey, you did it the right. You did it the right way all the way up to this point. I feel like you might as well go for it, bro. I feel
it. By the rules all this time. I ain't playing by the rules no more. I'm using all the tips and the tricks and everything else. I've been trying to be a straight up textbook stand up guy. That don't get you nowhere. Nice guys finish.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's just straight up. Yeah, you about to get this work, son. You gonna get this work. I'm letting y'all know right now. The next one, y'all gonna get this work, and I'm still not telling y'all what the name of the album is.
That's what's up, man.
I know we probably got to get ready to wrap here.
Yeah, man. What I mean, I definitely feel like, you know, just to wrap up what qualifies, you know what I mean, a legend of hip hop or the attributes. I think you're right on that, Jay-Z. What song was that? Let's make sure we reference that.
Breathe. That was the one he was on. One, two, breathe easy. Lyrical exercise.
Yeah.
And at the very beginning, he said, y'all can't be serious now. I'm having the all-time heavyweight champions of floors. I'm leading the league in at least 6 statistical categories right now. Best flows, most consistent, realest stories, most charisma. I set the most trends, and my interviews are hotter.
Set the most trend.
If you can fall in those categories and you can take the lead on those categories, then yes,
legend.
You can definitely call you and consider yourself legends. The best stories, most charisma, set the most. And then also you add in most influential, because if you are influencing more and more artists, unfortunately, Jay-Z brought us Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, Emil, and Chris and Neef, which we never heard of.
State Property,
State Property, stuff like that. Scarface, we just spoke about him. He didn't. I mean, Ghetto Boys. That's whoever some of the folks was on My Homies album. But then you had Ice Cube brought you NWA, West Side Connection. That's Dub C and what's my man name?
Mac 10.
Mac 10. Dub C, Mac 10. So there's a bunch of folks that came from each one. Each one had their own set of people.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see who has the longest and most influential family tree of artists.
Wow.
Outside of either Master P or actually, tell you the truth, it's probably the RZA. It's probably the RZA, because without RZA, you don't have the Jizza, the old dirty bastard, Method Man, You God, Inspector Deck, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer. You don't have those people to span out and bring you even more off of them. And let me also say this about Wu.
That's crazy.
Wu was the only ones that was actually dropping, like in the midst of all the stuff that they was talking, they was actually speaking to you with spiritual game. Like everything they was saying, it wasn't just drinking and smoking and partying and drugging and stuff. It was none of that.
It was just one part of it.
It was all elevation of mind. It was all understanding of self. That's why the Wu hit different.
Absolutely, man.
Different. So yeah, legendary status is Wu-Tang, definitely. P gets legendary status because he brought you a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Run DMC, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, all
these are trendsetters. Like, and I'm sorry, if like all Juice WRLD and XX is like, if they're trending on depression and being down, and like that's not it, bro.
That's not it. And that's not something that actually is uplifting and bringing upon influence. I ain't seen no interviews. And then too, the culture of the people that's listening to them, can't even speak to you to bring you the amount of music to actually allow you to absorb it in that manner. Like nobody, none of his listeners can influence me to want to listen to them, but you see us pushing our legends all the time.
Yeah. On the culture. It's facts.
Exactly, because they were the creators and the pioneers of the culture. They're the ones that set the most trends.
Well,
and
sir.
their interviews were hotter.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, get ready for that next album from me.
That's
yeah. I don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
That's what's up.
I am definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some production on that joint for sure. So
yeah. You already own it. You already got that one. I'm hollering at your boy Me Swift. If you out there listening, just go ahead and polish them boys off. Let's get this going. Also need Kill 'Em All. I need you to come out of the woodworks, and I need you to come and hit me with some hits. D Hall, I need you on the track. TDG, I need you on there. I need to pull back in the players from Cody's right. I need to pull back in from the new radio standard. I need to pull all these together. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and pull some underground resistance, get Mike Banks back on the track. You know what I'm saying? He played guitar on one of my songs, actually. Yeah,
that's what's up, bro.
T Money Green, legendary status. He played on a bunch of the old school like the Dre albums and the Snoop albums and all that West Coast stuff. I'm hollering at you too.
Let's go, bro.
We're pulling off. I'm still in the right songs. I'm using AI. I'm gonna mumble. I'm gonna freestyle for 2 minutes. I'm just gonna say the most wild, craziest stuff that's out there, and it's gonna be a hit record. Watch.
It's gonna be a fun album too, bro. That's definitely gonna be a
fun one, and I'm gonna do it in a week.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because you ain't got to worry about responsibility on this one. You can just go on this one.
It's just gonna happen in 1 week. Yeah, because whatever I say, I'm just gonna say.
Make sure you let moms know before it releases.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right when you hit upload in DistroKid, call your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Like whatever you do, stay off of the internet. Stay off of the rover.
Mom, don't listen to the album, and if you hear things,
if you hear things, it wasn't me. All right, y'all. Let's listen. Episode number 8, Underground Penthouse. I'm your boy Volcano. I'm sitting here with DJ Oplex. We had a great time with y'all. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure that you stay on top of any time that we're going to be here on this show right here on Volcano Tech Health and Audio page. And get ready because we're going to be back in 2 more weeks. And after that, we're going to be announcing who is the winner. That puts us on the 13th.
Okay.
There's also going to be some elevation. I'm still working it out. I'm trying to move and transport to another location and everything here to try to get this going and give a little bit better look and all this stuff too. So we're still elevating. The Penthouse is here.
We're here.
The house is there. The Penthouse is everywhere. Make sure you stay locked in with us. So, Oplex, you got any shouts you want to say before we blank out of here?
Nah, man. New music dropping next Friday, man. It's going down. Copper Woo coming off of Plexology Chapter 3 dropping next Friday. So be out on the lookout for that. Everybody that's plugged in, listening, you know what I'm saying, the Seth of our Mix Show group, the Underground Penthouse group. Yeah, man, just stay tapped into the culture. Love y'all.
Yes.
Man. That's it, man.
Appreciate everybody as well, man. Thank y'all very much for tuning in, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks. And until that time, peace, love, and soul.
Go see y'all.
Talking about music and the lifestyle we dream. Sipping on champagne, living in style. Underground penthouse where we reconcile. Discussing the good, the bad, the true. Underground music, what it means to you. Breaking down the beats, dissecting the rhymes, spreading the love, one verse at a time. In our tuxedo, stepping out on the town. Underground penthouse, we hold it down. From the dim lit clubs to the streets at night, we shine a spotlight on the underground spot. our tuxedos, stepping out on the town. Underground penthouse, we hold it down. From the dim lit clubs to the streets at night, we shine a spotlight on the underground smile.